Ah, the sizzle of steak on the grill. We all enjoy our steak cooked to various levels, but raw? Well, that's just not for me. Just watching it unfold was enough to make me feel sick to my stomach. My older sister, after a hectic night out with our parents, stumbles back to the small Toro Caravan, plastered. Classic, right? But here's where it gets interesting. My mum starts cooking up some steak for dinner, and we're all just chilling, expecting a nice meal. Out of nowhere, my sister goes full Cavewoman mode, determination in her eyes and everything. She staggers over to the cooker and snatches a raw steak from my mum's hand. I swear I nearly choked on my drink. And get this, despite my mum's shocked face, my sister just plunks herself down on the table in front of me and my little sister and starts chowing down like it's the most delicious thing in the world. Of course my mum's freaking out, trying to get the steak back, saying, "What on earth are you doing?" Her voice was trembling with disbelief. She's like, "You can't eat it like that, it's not safe." But my sister, with her glazed over, intoxicated eyes, just laughs and slurs out, "Trust me, Mum, it's delicious." I was dying. Can you imagine the scene? As my sister lunged for the raw steak, I glanced around the cramped space of the caravan to see my younger sister's eyes widen in disbelief, while my dad stood and shook his head. Luckily, the caravan wasn't parked too close to any of the other ones. It wasn't a busy time of the year, so no nosy campers could peer through the window. They would have been so confused. Being stuck in that tiny caravan with the raw steak saga unfolding was next level awkward. There was no escape, just the smell of raw meat hanging heavy in the air with everyone shooting these awkward glances at each other. We were all just hoping for it to be over. It was like something out of those werewolf stories you read on Wattpad. You know, where they're always depicted chowing down on food like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, it was exactly like that. Or maybe more like a scene from Fantastic Mr. Fox. Especially with the way that my sister devoured that steak. I'm talking wild animal style, bits of raw meat flying everywhere. Honestly, it turned my stomach just watching it all unfold. You know, thinking back on it now, my sister's wild antics weren't exactly out of the blue. She's always had this rebellious streak in her, you know, like she's never been one to play by the rules or stick to the norm. So I guess it kind of makes sense that she'd gnaw on a raw steak like it's the most normal thing in the world. It was definitely a sight to behold. She was tearing into that meat like a savage, bits of it flying all over the place. It was like a scene straight out of a horror film. I mean, just the thought of that slimy texture and metallic smell. Ugh, it's enough to make me gag. Can you believe that she did that? I mean, we all know you're supposed to cook your steak. Well, at least until it's rare. The steak she was tearing into wasn't the most amazing cut either. Uncooked, it was tough. It's like a basic rule of eating meat. But there she was, defying all culinary logic and chomping down on a raw steak like it was no big deal. It's funny to reminisce about now, but at the time I just wished I was anywhere else. Being in a small caravan with everyone cooped up together was uncomfortable, especially with the smell of raw steak wafting around in the air. And because it was super duper cold outside, there weren't many other options if we didn't want to freeze to death. In the morning, my older sister woke up with chunks of raw steak in her hair, which she called a bird's nest. It's funny to laugh about now, but it wasn't amusing in the moment. It was just really, really gross. Looking back on it now, though, it's honestly pretty hilarious. I mean, imagine waking up to find my sister with chunks of raw steak stuck in her hair. And the way she was wolfing down that steak like she was in some sort of eating contest. It was just too ridiculous not to laugh about. Fantastic Mr. Fox would have been proud of her. Despite how gross it was in the moment, it's turned out to be one of those stories we love to tease her about whenever she's getting on our nerves, which is great. It's like our own little inside joke now, you know? Just one of those crazy memories that we'll always remember and laugh about together. You know, I can't help but wonder if my sister has really gotten the message after that whole raw steak ordeal. Maybe, just maybe, this crazy experience will make her think twice before diving headfirst into another wild idea. Probably not, but who knows. Anyways, I've totally embraced the comfort of home now. Cozying up with a cup of tea and binge-watching shows, it feels way better than risking another camping trip disaster. But hey, every family has its quirks, right? It's all part of the fun in the end. Visit stacyalou.com for stickers, bookmarks and more. I also offer portrait and illustration commissions. Don't miss Super Poppy, my children's book about a guinea pig's heroic adventures with baked beans. Enjoyed this? Check out my other videos too. And don't forget to subscribe, share and like. See you!